Hey, we're sitting here today with my pal, Danny Seraphine. Danny's in
See
town.
you, brother.
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for saving my butt, getting me the double pedal and everything.
Oh, you know what? I feel really fortunate when I can
I appreciate it.
step in, help you out. So thanks for calling me. Danny's in town with his band CTA, playing at Jazz Alley. I did get to go see him the other night. Kicking. I mean, you're playing great. The band's
knock
jumping.
knock on wood. We got some wood here. Yeah, still feeling pretty good.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's great. So tell me a little bit about CTA. What's going on with this band?
Well, it's just a labor of love. The band's been together since 2006, which is pretty long. It's all of a sudden, and then it's a really great. We play Chicago, I think, better than anybody. And anybody. It's got the band. When I put the band together, it was really the spirit of the original CTA, Chicago Transit Authority. Our guitarist, who isn't here, ironically, isn't here because he's not vaccinated.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
I did notice you had a different guitar.
Yeah, and Mark Bonilla, he's a fabulous guitar player. But the band is just, Ed Roth is a monstrous world-class keyboardist, and Travis Davis is a great singer. He does the Terry Kath stuff, and he's a wonderful bassist. And Tony Grant, who does the Cetera songs and does them as well as anybody, I think. And we have Ricky Z from LA playing guitar with us, and he's excellent. And we have a Seattle horn section. Jeff Cashua.
Right.
And Greg Lyons and Greg Schrader on trumpet and trombone.
So how does that work? When you guys travel, do you use local horn players?
Yeah, usually. Yeah, because of the economics of it. I'd rather have a section. But it's this day and age, and we always, there's.
Got to make it work.
And they all grew up in Chicago,
right.
So
it seems like any horn player is going to be familiar with.
Yeah, Chicago. Their blood, sweat, and tears really put brass into rock and roll, jazz rock. So it's great. I've got horn sections every part of the world almost.
That's great.
In Japan, we got a section that was just kick ass. And I was like shocked how good they were. I mean, I shouldn't be, but you wouldn't think that. So be surprised.
No, every time I've seen you guys, they're fitting right in. They're right there.
Yeah.
So, what's in store for CTA? Where are things going with CTA?
Well, we're just continuing to do shows, and there's a possibility of a residency in Vegas. I'm fingers crossed, and I don't want to talk about where even, but there's a possibility of a residency in Vegas. And there's just, the band with, everything being shut down for, what was it, a year? There's a demand for live music, although the Delta variant has kind of put a damper a little bit on that, but people are so happy to be out, and it's just, audiences have just been phenomenal. So,
Well, if it's anything like what I saw the other night.
You did. You saw a good show.
It was good. It was like a party. Everyone was engaged, and the audience was engaged. So everyone knew all the songs.
It's one of the greatest venues in the world.
Oh man, that place
Jazz Alley is.
We're spoiled here in Seattle.
Yeah.
They have such a great place.
Yeah, it's
always been there.
Every city should have one.
So tell me a little bit about some of the drums you played with Chicago. I've always noticed you, particularly in the Chicago days, you had some really innovative sets.
The first one was a Rogers.
Okay.
And it was a combination of old school and Hal Blaine, concert tom. I had a 13-inch rack tom, or double-headed.
Okay.
Then a concert tom. I think that one was 12, which is crazy, and then 14 by 14 and 16 by 16 toms. I like to always do that.
Okay.
And then I went to.
And that would have been calf heads.
Yeah, calf heads. Yeah, the first 2 Chicago albums I used calf heads, which is really crazy, but I just did. I don't know why I did. I wanted that sound, and sure enough, it was really cool. But you're constantly tuning them.
Okay.
That was the downfall. I mean, especially playing live, you know. But they're wonderful. They're wonderful sound. You know, there's a warmth and organic tone that you can't get. Although I play Aquarian modern vintage, and they come pretty close to it. You know?
Okay.
I'm really happy with it.
I've just rediscovered calf heads.
Yeah,
and,
they're
cool.
wonderful. Yeah, they are.
You kind of have to play them different because they don't respond like a mylar head. But yeah, it's been really exciting.
Yeah, they're really organic and warm. So, and then I went to Slingerland.
Okay.
Slingerland was my company for many years, and I had different configurations. I had a traditional kind of a big band, Buddy Rich type, 13 on the tom, 13-inch on the rack tom, and then 2 floors. And then I went to what I use now mostly, 10 and 12 on the side stand, and then so I can have my cymbal like Buddy Rich style.
Right.
Then 14 and 16. Then I've also had where I did 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, concert times,
Oh,
Sometimes,
okay.
yeah. I don't think I ever went. You can't go smaller than 8, can you? No.
They made a 6, but it almost doesn't make any sound.
No, 6.
Yeah.
So 8, 10.
It's kind of hard to hit.
Yeah, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. And you see that was my last set of Slingerland. So it's that.
Okay.
And so now I'm on DW, and I love them. Because I went to a Japanese company for a while. And I don't want to name it because that sounds like I'm dissing them, and I don't want to, because they make better drums now too. But then the drums were, to me, that was in the late 70s. I went to a different company, and I didn't like them. They were too dead. It was, and I just was clamoring to get back to an American company, and then DW kind of lured me into playing, and that was 76, I think. 86, excuse me. 86. I went with DW and been with them ever since. Absolutely love them. They tune so well. They hold their tune. Their finishes they have are just beautiful. So, and what I noticed about DW is that when I first went with them, that's what made me go with them. Is that Don Lombardi and John Good, they were as passionate about what they do as I am about what I do, and so. Why wouldn't you go with a company that has that kind of passion?
I've seen it. Everything they do, no matter what they dive into, they dive in head first.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
Good to see you, brother.
Good
Always
to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
And
a lot of good memories with you.
Yeah. Watch for Danny, CTA. Go see him. The show's a blast.